Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Jeremy, founder of QuickMail.io.
And this is Jack, Chief Lead Generation Officer at salesbread.com.
Great
Today
start,
we've
Jack.
got, yeah, thank you,
Teardown!
Teardown. That's right, it is a teardown. I told Jeremy when we started, I was like, hey man, I woke up, I'm pretty sick today. Let's do an easy one. And he said, okay, great. And he pulls out like 5-part teardown sequence. So thank you for that, Jeremy.
No
We'll be
worries,
here for
man.
a,
6 hours episode.
a 6-hour episode. Buckle up. But yeah, so if the goods aren't coming from me, I'm going to lean on you, Jeremy. But before that,
Sure.
we gotta hear from our sponsors, or they're gonna
Yeah.
cancel us.
All right. Go for it.
Uh, sure. So today, most B2B companies lack the time or expertise to turn those cold prospects into warm sales qualified leads. So at salesbread.com, we will bring you one lead per day by sending ultra personalized cold emails and LinkedIn messages. So if that sounds intriguing and you'd rather not do prospecting while someone else who's really good at this just does it for you, head over to salesbread.com/contact and get in touch.
It's very impressive. Even sick
Thank
as
you.
hell, you can pull this
Do it
one
in my
off.
sleep.
Yeah, so for everyone who doesn't know QuickMail, this is a great software automation, especially if you're managing multiple accounts. It will make your life and your team's life much easier. It's got great deliverability, lots of automation to save time and make you efficient, so you can be very competitive for the price for your customer or get a bigger margin. Anyway, we good?
We good.
All
All right,
right.
Jeremy. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. Let me
Yes.
know if you see it. You see it?
Yes, I see it. So
Okay,
one
cool.
thing I want to mention before we start is bear in mind that even for we're doing a teardown of this campaign, it could be performing extremely well or it could be performing extremely bad. We don't quite know. So this is our
You
take
don't know?
base. I don't know. I didn't reply, so by default for me it's not that great. But I was close to replying on the last email, so that's why we actually put it off. Plus, there is a lot of interesting lesson, and I'm going to try to improve it a little bit. I think there is some room for improvement based on all the campaigns I've seen in the past. And Jack is putting the word count. So how many words do we have? Like 3.6K words.
Characters. So
Oh, it's
I'll be reading
characters.
621 words today. That's
Hopefully,
actually not.
yeah, hopefully not every word of it. Like some of them
That's
we can
right.
skip, but I think it's an interesting. It's probably the first time that we show such, how many 6 parts, campaign. Like it's a lot of them, and we'll see like, does that make sense? Does that not make sense? We're gonna discuss about it based on all the campaigns and we tried ourselves and I've
Yeah.
seen in QuickMail.
That's perfect timing for pulling up the longest teardown in the show history. Okay. Subject line, let's read it. It says introduction quote, colon, Jesus, quick mail and Averlayan. I'm dying. Hi, Jeremy. Hope all's well this morning. Congrats on 8 years of continued success and innovation with QuickMail.
Yay! 8 years.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay. 8 years. My name is Dilana, and I'm the founder of Averlian. We are looking to acquire a software company from a founder looking to exit and hand over day-to-day management to us. We are interested in the email marketing automation software space. We believe that QuickMail is particularly well positioned. I would
It's
love to learn
true.
more about the work you are doing at QuickMail. If you're open to a conversation, are you open to having a quick call in the next few days? You didn't
No,
reply.
no, I didn't reply.
And yeah, so
I'm not
this is
looking to
like,
sell. So for me,
yeah,
it
that's
doesn't really
fine.
hit home.
So think about this. This is a nice quote I like to keep in mind is there's no boring way to tell someone they've won the lottery. It's
Yeah.
hard to write a bad I want to buy your company email.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think they did okay. It's not like great. There's some personalization that granted this is just a placeholder. So they're
Yeah.
like, I mean, you can just have fun with it. So they're
True.
like, yeah. And by the way, if you're acquiring companies, it's smart to not go after like companies 1 year old, 2 years old, 3 years old. They need to have some years. So they probably said like 5 years or less are out. And if it's beyond that,
Correct.
let's insert
Most likely
year. So they
correct.
did founded date, right? Are you on Crunchbase? Is that where they found it?
No, probably not. Oh, maybe I
Quick
am.
mail's
I
not.
don't care.
It might be.
I don't update. But the interesting thing is you're absolutely
Nobody
right.
puts
People,
themselves on Crunchbase. I
that's
think
right.
I think they put you. Anyways.
I believe that people go, or people who try to buy companies effectively go after 5 years because the founder becomes, having fatigue or whatever. I'm having a great time, not looking to sell. So honestly,
Okay.
that didn't hit home, but it could have hit for other people. And I think there is better personalization than just telling someone like, hey, you've been working for 8 years on this. But in the same time, it could hit home like, hey, that's really a long time. Are you looking for cashing out? Or some stuff like that. So that's not
Mm,
necessarily the worst introduction for trying to buy a business. I
it's
agree.
true. If it wasn't, that'd be weird.
Mm-hmm,
Would
mm-hmm.
you agree? Yeah.
Agree.
Now, here's where I would have tried to do better. We believe that QuickMail is particularly well positioned.
Why not?
Why?
Well,
Why?
I guess what
In
they
the
could have
next
done.
email covers it. The next email covers it.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to see that here.
Yeah. The
Otherwise, like, are you just reaching out to every? I
Yeah, I
mean,
think one of the
maybe.
things that they could say is like, hey, it's QuickMail seems to be feeling a strategic need for company at the moment, which is like more like this tool specifically could actually help us in our strategy or what we're trying to do, and be a little bit more,
Right.
yeah,
Right.
particular as to
Specific.
why. Yeah, specific.
Specific.
I agree with that. I don't think that's what I will necessarily ding them for, because like you mentioned, like it's no boring way to say like I want to buy you, right? The reason I don't care
Yeah.
much. But I would love to have seen some authority here or some things to back up like how
Mm,
other company, how big, how the other companies like mine, they would have purchased, and like maybe we already acquire some companies in the other space, big as you, and maybe some stuff like that. But I would hope as a multi-part campaign that this will come in the next emails. So as an intro email, why not testing the water? It's fine. Are you open to have a call? Yeah, kind of like the first thing. They could get more replies maybe by saying like, is selling something on your radar this year or next year? Just as a
right.
quick getting the reply to see is it hot lead or not, and then kind of follow up with this. So they decided
Right.
to go straight for the call. Fine, no problem. No Calendly link, which is good for deliverability at the moment. So
Mhm.
no big problem.
Trying to think what they did include for authority. I guess like hand over day-to-day management and buying it. That's kind of the benefits in here.
But
We're going to give
yeah,
you
the
money.
benefits. Yeah, it's like you don't need to stick around. We're gonna buy it out of you, and then you can enjoy the money while we take everything, and you don't. Like,
Mhm.
it's great if the founder is like thinking like, oh man, I'm dreading every day. Like I can't, get rid of this thing. And okay, why not?
Yeah.
Okay,
My call to action when I do campaigns to acquire companies is, are you open to talking numbers? This seems to be pretty fun,
nice.
and people like to talk numbers
Yeah,
as
it's a very
opposed
good one.
to let's immediately. Yeah.
Yeah, plus here it's like
Wanna-
it's not even the end of the conversation. Like, if I reply, yes, I'm open, like so what? It's like, again, now I'm gonna have to send you my calendar, or like, yeah, it's not
Right.
that great. Either you say effectively like, hey, here's my calendar link to make it easier on you, or like send me yours if you want, if you prefer, whatever.
Yep.
But here's like, yeah, yeah, middle ground.
Okay.
Anyway,
Let's check out the follow-up, yeah?
yeah,
Okay. First reaction is a paragraph that I don't like. Seems like a lot of work to read. Maybe that's just because I'm under the weather, but let's carry on. Follow up. Oh, no. Subject line
subject
says
line, yeah,
following up. Quick mail and Averlian. Hey, Jeremy. Hope you're having a good Thursday morning! Exclamation point.
they're
I wanted to
exciting.
follow up on my previous email from a few days ago. We were looking to acquire a company in the email marketing automation space, and I think you've built something very special with QuickMail. I'm impressed you've been recognized as a top performer by G2's
Oh yeah,
2022 grid for email marketing software. If you're open to it, I'd love to connect and speak more. Are you around for a quick call in the next few days? Okay, this one I'm going to ding them
yeah, me too.
a few more things. So
Well,
let's do
first
the
of all,
obvious
Jack, do
stuff.
you think it's necessary to have this email? Like, what else does it, brings to the table compared to the first one?
Same call to action. I don't like that.
Yeah.
It's my least favorite thing about the email. This, and I'm highlighting the first two sentences, adds 0 to the table. Hope you're having a good Thursday morning. Wanted to follow up a few days ago. Your subject line says following up. You don't have to say that. So like, let's just shorten it now.
Plus, I know
I
they're
feel like
already looking to acquire a company. That's what they're mentioning.
yeah,
And I think their personalization is lame. Like, I'm
yeah.
impressed that, you appear in this directory as a good
To be
position.
honest, Jeremy, I think this is how they built their list. They said, okay, I
Yeah,
mean,
I agree.
total speculation, but they may have gone to G2 and said for each category that's relevant. Hopefully they actually built people
Or
that
just
they
going
want
after
to
one
buy from.
category. Mm-hmm.
Or just one. We don't know, but if you're only going after email marketing software, say it. Say we're what is the word? Merging and
Primarily,
acquisition.
yeah.
We're acquiring companies in the email space such as X and Y, or we're in talks with, even if it's secret, they're like, we're in talks with the
Top
top
three. Yeah.
two, right? Something, say why it's email specific. That has weight. Because
But
this is
plus, it's
it's
lame. They
missing
already
credibility still.
look, Jack. I'm expecting it. They send the first email. If we look quickly at the first email, if we can just scroll down, it says something like, I believe Quickmail is particularly well positioned. I would hope that they've done their research, and so therefore they know already my G2 whatever thing and so on. So you don't need a follow up to just mention like, oh, I just looked again,
Yeah.
and your G2 is actually pretty good. It's like, yeah, otherwise you should not have
Yeah.
contacted me, in the first place. So do your due diligence. Don't say in your
Yeah.
follow up like, hey, I'm carrying on my due diligence. Actually, what I said in the past email was actually okay. It's just like what
Yeah.
would have happened if I didn't have like a good mark here? They would have say, oh, I'm sorry, ignore my first email. Your G2 crowd
Correct.
is too bad. I'm not going to carry
Correct.
on. It's lame. This
Yeah.
email actually brings nothing, honestly. It's just like,
Right. To me, since it lacks authority in the email space, or even the specificity, why Quickmail, I'm worried that they're just a business broker fishing for leads.
right.
And look, if they're not, and you make that clear,
Yeah.
like we were doing a business acquisition campaign, we were testing a few things. One of the best tests, like this is if you're buying businesses, here's a freebie, but we told them what it was about their business specifically that made it attractive. So we just said, keeping it broad but not broad, we're like, look, we want your company because we're buying up industry firms in geographic location, and people suddenly started
Answering, of course.
it's not answering, it's like they started believing it. They were like, oh, so
Oh,
you're not just blowing smoke, like you're actually, and we're like, yeah, that's, so being specific helped get that
helps.
across. Now the last thing I was going to pick on them, and I don't remember, Jeremy.
It's fine. They did actually make their call to action slightly more specific. Instead of like, hey, would you be open for a call? Now there's like a call in the next few days. So
I remembered it. I'm sorry.
reducing.
That's true.
Next one is going to be tomorrow. Next one is going to be in the
Yeah.
next few hours. Funny.
Now, Jeremy, help me out here. This is what I was originally going to say. Why didn't they use scarcity? Like that, they're not going to buy 100 businesses. They may only be buying one in the space, maybe
Or
three.
yeah,
I don't
this
know.
quarter we're looking to buy 3 businesses this quarter,
At
right?
a
And that
time.
could be a great follow up, as in like, hey, don't want to put some pressure on you, especially on the first follow up, on the first email. But we're only buying like 3 or 2, or we're only looking, for buying one.
Yeah. So
Uh,
I would try.
Software in the marketing space this year,
There you
whatever, or
go.
this quarter, this month.
I may just borrow from that and say, we know buying a business properly takes time. We need to assess the value, etc. All we're trying to do this quarter is get our top two contenders. We'd love Quickmail to be in the running because X and Y.
Yep, man, already impressed. And there are some stuff on the last follow up, so you will like it, I think.
We carry on.
Yeah, let's carry on.
Okay. The longest email yet is number 3.
Yeah, we're going to sort of like, 162 words. We're probably going to read it, but I think we can pass on some of the specifics of each bullet points, for example. Like if we just say like the bullet points named, I think that would work. And for people on YouTube, you could just pause the video and then just watch for yourself.
There you go.
Your big boys.
Okay, so the subject is kind of the same. No, it's Quickmail and Avalon. It's first name, working with Avalon. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I do like that they keep on changing subject. Honestly, they're trying to see like what subject is going to bring my attention. Why not? It's not a bad thing.
Not a bad thing. And these are individual notes
Ooh, good
or a
question.
thread.
I'm not sure if they're
Check that
threaded
out.
or not.
While you check that out, I'm going to read this, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Subject is Jeremy, working with Averlian. Hi, Jeremy. Hope you're having a good Tuesday, exclamation point. I'm sure you often hear from prospective buyers, so I wanted to tell you how we're different. Oh, thank you. Number one, majority stake in a single business. Number two, immediate exit. Number three, no hurdles for full payout. We are not sending mass emails and have researched quick mail and believe that you are well positioned in the email marketing automation space, software space. Our model could be attractive if you would like to preserve your legacy while taking a step back from day-to-day management. Would you like to talk further?
So the interesting
email,
thing
yeah.
is they addressed, what you are mentioning as to like try to make me believe you're serious, right? But I immediately laugh when you say we're not sending mass emails. Who are you fooling, dude?
What do you call mass? Yeah.
Yeah.
Look who are you asking
Less
that
than
to, right?
20K emails. I mean, come on.
There should have been a joke if you're sending it to the email marketing automation. It's like, yeah, I know who we're talking to. This isn't automated though, right?
Yeah, I agree. And especially at the end, you have like a PS, for like everything is so formatted. It's just like obviously you've been using like an automation emails to send stuff. So, it makes you think disingenuous, straight away. And by the way, each email is in its own. It's not in thread. So there's no mention of the past email, which is odd. This is not something I've seen very often used. But
yeah, you probably would have liked to see a couple threaded and break it out periodically, right?
Exactly.
How many are in this? 5?
I think we got 6 total.
Okay. All right.
You're still holding, or are you gonna die on the podcast?
No, it's okay. I'm not gonna die. I'm not gonna die.
You're gonna hate me
I like this line. It's funny. No, I could not. Our model could be attractive. That would like to preserve your legacy. This one originally I didn't care about, but I think after doing some like business acquisition campaigns, I know that business owners care about that. Like a lot of times, the big objection that they're not saying is we have a key employee that's going to take over. How would that work?
Yeah.
Right. So preserving this legacy is a very real objection. I like that they addressed it. Granted, if you have research, if it's not automated, make me believe it. Talk is cheap, right? Like, even mention that you didn't raise funding and that's important to them for some reason. We want a company that's bootstrapped so we don't have to deal with an investment board or something. Okay, great. That could even be fun. Like your filter would be like, from list building, top companies in said categories, and then you just check funded or not, funded or not. I don't know if it's better to buy a funded company or not, but like if they're not funded, make a campaign that says like we especially like it because it's performing well, it's been around, it hasn't taken investment, which is important to our leadership. Blah blah.
Yeah. What I really like about this email is like this is the email for objections. They addressed everything. They just tell you how the difference in a sense like immediate exit, so you don't need to stick around, so it's not what is it called, like buyout or something like that. There's no hurdle for payment, full payment, blah blah blah. They will pay in cash straight away and whatever. So they try to address some of those objections and legacy as well. I think that's their email for addressing objection. I still haven't seen authority yet. Right? Can they prove me they've done anything in the past? So, and especially what I would recommend if you go for that, each email follow-up is addressing one thing, like either it's objection, authority, reciprocity, whatever type of thing. And if you want to do that, still make them threaded, because then I think you'll add on the context of the previous one that way. So I think it will make more sense.
I was going to say, this isn't my style. I don't like spew all objections in one email. Instead, it's better to like sprinkle them. You don't want to overwhelm someone, but it's honestly not that bad. It's just lacking the specificity.
Yeah, I mean, we can ding them like all day long on that one. I'm thinking one thing as well is, if really this was not sending mass email, maybe a successful campaign, and it's just like hypothetically here, like I haven't tried, but I think it's an interesting idea to try. So potentially, if you're the listener, maybe you will want to try this experiment. But what if they have reach out to Jack saying like, hey, we're trying to, acquire Quickmail as a business. I know you're, his podcast host. What are some of the thing, whatever you want to say, like either like, can you make an intro from for us, or like, would you think that's, I'm trying to know a little bit more about Jeremy or whatever kind of thing. Like, have you tried to go like trying to actually find someone to then introduce you to the actual business you want to buy, but do that in an automated way? So it will be like an automated email reaching out to you, thinking like it's, but it's fine. It's not, you know what I mean? Like every time we receive a cold email, it's always like they're trying to sell us something. But in this case, I wouldn't try to sell you something. I would try to know more about someone you know and care.
This is good for investor campaigns. You want to raise money in the
exactly,
let's say biotech space. Okay, great. So find 100 VCs in the biotech that have invested in biotech companies, and then instead of going to the VC, you go to the founders that they paid and be like, "Hey, is this a fit? Could you?" Right.
Yeah, you see what I mean?
But the podcast host is such a pain in the ass because, like, that's super one-to-one. Not everyone has a podcast.
It's not a mass. It's not a. They're not sending mass emails, so they could do that. I don't know.
All right, let's check out number 4 here. I think that's 4. Secession plan for Quickmail. Hi, Jeremy. Hope you're doing well this afternoon. If I read another one of those, hope you're doing well, I'm going to jump out my window here. You may have seen my prior email, or you may have not. Either way, I'm following up. Hope you're doing well. Let me know if you're interested in having a discussion to talk further about Quickmail and Aviarlian. As mentioned before, we are looking to acquire a company in the email marketing automation space. We're very excited about Quickmail. By working with us, you'd be able to transition immediately out of your company and hand over day-to-day operations. Are you interested in speaking? Same. Nothing
Does
new.
this email brings anything new? Nope. But the thing is, again, the subject line is different and address a sort of like different thing. Now he's talking about succession plan. It's just like, it's almost like you're trying to Google with like different keys, different words in order to figure out which one will actually hit you with the results. It's funny. I like it. That experiment, like every follow-up is a different subject line that way. It's kind of funny. It's a bit like, in SEO, you'll do maybe like best cold emails, but then the other one will be best cold outreach, best whatever. You use similar words.
And
it looks
sales
the same.
templates. Yeah,
it's funny.
That's great.
Anyway.
Okay. I think we have one more. Two more.
Or 2 more. Okay. Let's just look quickly at them, right?
That's cool. Yeah. Potential exit for Quickmail. They're wearing out. Quickmail is a keyword in the subject. Okay. Hi, Jeremy. How are you? Oh, boy. I received the recommendation to reach out to you from a friend.
Which one? Doesn't say.
Lie. Lie, Juliana. Sorry, I don't trust you.
It's a lie because that person's got no friends. No, I'm kidding. I don't know.
You may have seen my prior note. I'm an entrepreneur interested. Okay. We first know that interested in acquiring a company in the email marketing automation space with 3 to 12 million ARR. And I think you have built something really impressive with Quickmail. I'd love to speak. If you have 15 minutes, we'll be interested.
Oh, lowering the expectations. No, it's only 15 minutes. It's kind of, I would have loved to see that on a first email. Why did that take like 5 emails to let me know that we're looking for 3 to 12 millions AR, companies to acquire, right? Yeah. Because immediately, if they did their research badly, then that's easy for me, the reader, to figure out like, hey, dude, we're 26, like it's not me, right? So they're missing the beat here. And now they're going cheap. It's like, hey, can we just get like 15 minutes, please? It's just like, nah. I would say like, it's it's a miss on this one. So I will reorganize the first one. I definitely say I'm looking in the 3 to 12 million annual recurring revenue company in this space specifically, and this is why I choose, Quickmail, whatever. Obviously, I don't know where he's getting his numbers from, but whatever. Yeah, exactly. Or can we start a conversation? If you're not ready to sell right now, this is fine. I'm really working long term. We've been around for 10 years. Oh, this is a good opportunity to say like, hey, you've been around for a long time and build some authority. Hey, we've been around for 10 years. It's fine. We can start the conversation now. And when you feel ready down the line, as you're growing up or whatever, then I'll be happy to have this conversation. Are you okay if I check on you every year? Something like that. I'll be saying yes.
If
why
you're
not?
Going back.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay. If you're listening, you can hear the edit I made here. I shortened it down. Hi, Jeremy, and I'm an entrepreneur interested in acquiring company name and marketing automation space with 3 to 12 million ARR. Would you consider selling quick mail in the next 1 to 2 years?
Yeah, but there's no mention of the friend, the unknown friend.
How dare they?
But it's not a
low.
mass email. Come on, Jack. I'm sorry. Hey, for the listener, I'm just picking up. The guy could be like awesome and whatever. So it's not about the individual. It's just like I'm just making fun of.
No, I don't believe them
because I've seen so many. Yeah, exactly. It's unbelievable, right?
Them. Yeah. So if it's a friend, how hard is it to throw a first name in?
Yeah, I know. Right? Who? Anyway, I love the last one. Oh, I love too strong. I like the last one for a different reason. So let's get down with it.
Let's read it. Okay. Quick transition. A barely ending quick mail. Oh my God. Hi, Jeremy. I'm not going to read it. I'm just going to delete it.
Okay, I'll say it. Hope you're well, and then something else again. How's your first day going? Yeah, you can remove that. This is obviously fluff. Doesn't add anything. And it's disingenuous, right? This is a word.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I just wanted to follow up and tell you more about a process that involves several steps. 30-minute meeting to connect about your business. Number 2, NDA at initial valuation within 48 hours. LOI and due diligence for 60 to 90 days. Step 4, deal close. Would you like to connect to discuss further? Let me know, and I'm looking forward to it. Best wishes. Okay.
What's your take, Jack?
It's disgusting. Why would this be important at step? What is this, Jeremy?
6, I think.
5.
Oh, 5. Okay.
Oh, no.
No, 6. 6, huh?
Why at step 6 do you want to zero in on how you buy a business, on your process, when this person has ignored every message about potentially selling? It's like, okay, Jeremy, this is how it feels. You go to a car dealership. You want to buy an automobile. Okay.
I know where you're going with that.
The salesperson says, you like SUVs? You're like, no reaction. Well, we got this great SUV. No reaction. let me it's red. Do you like red? No reaction. And then it's like, do you want to take a test drive? No reaction. And then they just keep going down. The buttons turn left and right. The lights are blue and gray, whatever. They don't need more details about, okay, better example would have been like, and after you sign up, you're going to have, God.
And by the way,
it's not even benefits
to get it. It takes 20 minutes to get it. It's like, dude, I was not interested in your SUV.
We should, which bank do you use? How are we going to do the transfer? We should spend 15 minutes talking to your banker. So it's like inappropriate.
So here's what I liked on a personal level is they're trying to address a potential objections, which is, man, I don't want to waste so much time doing those, due diligence, whatever. And then here, I think this email, especially the 4 steps, are actually just letting you know that, by the way, it may be faster than you're thinking of. So we're not one of those companies that drags. But again, like proof, authority, like proof, show me the proof that, we've been acquiring XYZ under 2 months. We're not one of those companies that drags, due diligence. I understand this may actually be a concern of you, whatever. That's okay. And again, I think the order is off. There's a lot of good things here, but the order feels off, right? It's like,
what's good? I don't see anything good here.
Well, there's like honestly, they're trying to address like a potential objections that for me, that's super simple.
You're gonna value a company in 48 hours?
Yeah, like, I think that's important, because then in this case that means I can
realistic.
Try it.
I don't think it's realistic.
I don't agree either. Yeah.
And so it's like off-putting. They're trying to say, look how fast and easy. And I'm thinking, all right, if I sell, what if I miss out on $1 million because you overlook something in this 48-hour valuation? This is cause for alarm.
Yeah, no, I think that's a fair point. And you will realize that it's funny how more and more they're backing up from the call to action. At the beginning, it was like, hey, can we talk and whatever. And then it's like, would you like to connect to discuss further? It's just like they're sort of like backing off. I think it'll be much better if this is the opposite, actually having a low, call to actions first, and then potentially later asking for a call. Or actually, is it the better one?
I flip
Not
it.
sure,
I
actually.
flip it. I ask for a call in the first message,
Yeah.
and then I'm backing up to the last message. We'll say like someone else to speak with at company, or should I circle back? Like the last message I send is just like it's a Hail Mary. Can I please get a response?
Yeah.
So I'll make it very easy, but at least change it up. It's a little change, but it's still asking for a call. And I don't know if that's appropriate. I love what you said earlier, Jeremy, where it's like, hey, can I check in? It seems like
Yeah.
you're not ready to sell now. That's fine. Do you mind if I check in 6 months?
Yeah.
Keep, in case anything changes. Happy to talk now.
What's the difference? Like if there was one guy, 15 years old, in his garage, who actually started a company with $100 from his mom and dad, he could send exactly the same emails.
Right.
Right.
Well said. Well said.
That's a problem, because if you're a serious company and then you have like, the track record or whatever, then show it. Right. There is a link to the website and stuff like that, but I mean,
doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
You need to hook them in the text, I think. All right, I'm gonna stop sharing.
Yep, I think that was great. Right. Good stuff, man.
I survived.
Yeah, good job on you. What was it, like a 10 minutes episode? Like, let's do it quickly, Jack.
Yeah, let's do it really quick.
Let's just read the first and last email. You gotta give me shit for the next year on this one, and you'll be right. I'm sorry about that, my friend.
Thank you. No, I had fun. But let's wrap it up. If you like this and you want some more, check out course.quickmail.io.
I got that. He's one.
I'll be at salesbread.com.
He's so sick and he's still doing the stuff. Yeah, course.quickmail.io. Go and check it out. Make yourself a favor, look at it. If you like it, then try it out. This is 30 days trial anyway. So I know a few people who are really good and actually considered gurus by industry standards, and they also be taking the course. So go and they say it's great. So
it's not just for, let's say, handing over to your newly hired SDR, although that is a pretty common thing they've been doing lately.
That's right.
Okay, Jeremy.
Good. Well, Jack, sleep well, get some good rest, and next time I'm sick, you can put up the same sort of bad sick joke on me.
I can't wait. All right, man. See ya.
All right.
Bye.
Bye, Jack.